Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You are tuned to Mr. O, right? You're tuned to Mr. O, a channel that shares economics, finance, and business information, business insight. Okay, guys. So today, before I start, understand, I want to encourage you there at home that please, guys, please, okay? As much as you have that thought of ukuthi yazi ntoni ndilambile, understand, when you are hungry, understand, you're like, oh flip, I'm hungry, I need what? I need food, understand, and you do what? You make the means of getting the food, understand, you make the means of actually getting the food, understand, which it will satisfy your stomach, right? Understand? The same way that when you didn't spend the whole day probably showering and taking a shower or taking a bath, understand? You what do you say? Oh my god, I'm not smelling, very nice. Understand? The smell is just not good. What do? You go and take a bath or shower. Guys, it's the same thing with our mindset. Like, from reading books, I am gaining a lot of information, understand? And I'm getting a lot of information that I know that it won't actually help me now, but then it will help me in future. Understand? I'm gaining a lot of information whereby when my peers speak or maybe converse on a certain conversation that I'm having, I'm able to give my own 2 cents and be like, hey guys, this is what I think. Understand? And not just say that, but then I say that through also backing up what I'm saying with the source. Understand? With where I've actually read this. Understand? Right? So guys, when I say read books, understand, for you to actually feed your mindset, understand, I'm not saying that, hey, manje, have E250 or whatsoever amount and then you have to buy books. No, guys, you can read articles online. You can read articles online. You can read journals online. Understand? There are articles online on each and every single platform. Understand? When you open your Google, there's articles there. When you open your Chrome, when you open your Microsoft, there's articles there. Understand? Right? You can read articles on that specific field that you want to be a professional in. Understand? Be an expert in. Understand? Read articles. I cannot say this enough. I cannot try to, I cannot try to give you guys this advice enough. Like, I just want you guys to read. Understand? Like, reading, it doesn't end at school. Understand? Studying doesn't end at school. Understand? You do your own self-studying. Understand? You do your own self-studying. Understand? So I want you to read. I want you to just develop this habit, expand it, and just feel it within yourself. Let it be a habit. Understand? Each and every single day. Read in the morning, read it when you come back, wherever, maybe school, maybe at work, whatever way you come back. Understand? Right? Just make time. Understand? Just make time. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it will be enough on just one day. Understand? Like, each and every single day. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, depending on your capability to actually concentrate when you're reading. But please, guys, please read. Understand? So with this, what I'm about to share, a lot of people know it, just like I've said, guys, like, the things that I'm sharing are things that I want to share with the younger generation. Understand? Things that I want to share with the other people, like yourself. Understand? Right? Like, these are the things that I think, like, what, they are very valuable, information that I can actually share with you guys. Do you understand? Right? Like, I just share anything that I want to share that I think that is going to be worth value to you guys. So guys, we were talking about value actually we've been talking about value, and um, I think I'm going to talk about value for the next 3 months, understand? Because I want this to be a constant message, understand that, hey, you have to build value. You shouldn't think in terms of money. You have to build value over time, understand? It takes time, but then you have to actually put in the hours each and every single time, understand? And actually identify that type of nature, that type of segment, that type of industry that you want to be in, understand? So guys, um when you're starting off, guys, right? Okay, you cannot start off by just building a skill. That's what I want to say. You cannot start off by just building a skill, understand? Like, okay, like it depends what type of industry that you're in, but then this right here, this is the best way on you building your skill over time, understand? And actually attracting resources that will help you to leverage your skill over time, understand? So where does it start? Understand? It starts right here. Knowledge. Knowledge. I cannot emphasize this enough, guys. Knowledge. Understand? This is the reason why we have to read. This is the reason why we have to read. We have to read each and every single time. Understand? In whatever topic that you like, in whatever field that you like to read, you have to read. Right? So let's start with the knowledge, guys. Understand? Educating yourself in that type of industry or field that you actually want to know, understand? So it starts with knowledge, understand? You have to read about that type of a thing that you want to know, understand? Right? If you're into engineering, read things about engineering, understand? You can name it, mechanical engineering, whatsoever type of engineering, civil engineering, understand? Read those type of books, understand? Right? It depends what type of field that you want to specialize in, but just read, understand? Just pick up a book and just read, understand? It doesn't end at college, it doesn't end at high school, it doesn't end at university. You have to continue reading, you have to continue training yourself. You gotta continue building your mindset each and every single time on that specific industry that you want to specialize in. Okay, so knowledge. And after you have acquired this knowledge, guys, you have to make use of this knowledge. You have to make use of this knowledge, because it's one thing reading a book, it's another thing not implementing it. Understand? Like, you have to read and fill up your mind with that type of knowledge that you've acquired through reading these books, understand, and understanding them, understand. And then when you have acquired these systems and principles, you are able to use these systems and principles in making sure that you implement something, understand? Making sure that you implement something, understand? Right? You formulate it, you implement it, you evaluate. Formulate, implement, evaluate. Formulate, implement, evaluate. Understand, guys? So you must make sure that you implement, understand? You make use of this knowledge that you have, understand? And when you start to implement, guys, right, this is the best way that I think that you should actually do it, right? You must try by all means to make sure that you get what we call exposure, understand? Right here, understand, you are doing probably 30% of the work that is needed for you to get experience, understand? But you're doing 30% of the work that it needs to be done for you to get experience, and 70% of observation, understand? 70% of what? Of observation, understand? This right here, guys, the brain, it's more like it's a baby, understand? So on each and every single thing that you have to do, you have to just go slowly, 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 and then you're gonna go faster as time goes on. Okay, so exposure, understand? And then when you've built exposure over time, what comes next? It's what we call experience. Okay, so exposure will build experience over time. Understand? Exposure will build experience over time, right? So you need to get yourself in that type of environment that you are interested in. Understand? Even if you can be like, guys, can I just utilize 2 hours of my time to do a certain thing for free in your company? Understand? Just for you to be exposed. Understand? In this case, you're not selling 2 hours of your time, you're just giving it for free. Like, can I please give you guys for 2 hours? Understand? You know, so that I can learn e-welding. Understand? 2 hours of my time. Understand? Then you will get exposed in that certain field that you were interested in educating yourself right here. Understand? Exposure is very important. Observation is very important. Understand? Before you can actually do that thing. Understand? And then when you do that thing, you'll get experience over time. Right? Right? So when you get experience over time, guys, of course, you will, when you get experience over time, you will build what we call skills, or a skill. Understand? Right? Because now you are familiar with what you're doing. Understand? It's more like it's being practical now. Understand? Like, you're familiar with what you're doing. So now you're gonna build skills over time. Understand? And this right here. Sorry about that. And this is very important. Understand? Because this is where value starts to build up. This is where value starts to build up. Understand? So it's very important for you to be very practical. Understand? Now here, isn't it here you were doing 30%? Isn't it here you were doing 30% practicality, right? And then 70% observation, right? Right? But here on experience, you have to switch these guys and do 70% practicality. So like that. So you have to do 70% practicality and 30% observation. Understand? Right? You need to be able to implement what you have learned, understand, without you observing it for too long. Understand? You just have to know I know what is wrong here. Understand? So it's very important. 70% practicality, 30% observation. And then that over time will build your skills. Okay? And then the most important thing is that a lot of people stop here. They stop on skills. They're like, okay, I done the reading and I done the exposure and experience, and now I've acquired the skills that I need. And obviously, when you acquire the skills that you need, you are valuable in whatsoever industry that you've chose. Understand? Right? But you don't need to stop here. That's the thing that I told myself as well, that whenever I've built my skill, I'm good. Then I'll just be consistent in whatever that I'm doing. But no, it doesn't end there, because after that, right, you have to build network. You have to build a network. Understand? Either on social media or maybe in person. Understand? You attending webinars, you attending whatever that you have to attend, so that you can actually build your skill. This is very important. Now, it takes time, but then you have to actually just put it within yourself. Let it be a behavior. Understand? And then you have to just keep on pushing, meeting new people, engaging with people, so that you can build this network of people. Understand? People who think like you, people who want to build similar things that you want to build in life, people who want to work in similar environments that you want to work in. This is very important here. Understand? And the most simple way of actually networking with people, you can try social media. When you start, just try social media, network with people, understand? Don't be afraid to comment and post. Don't be afraid to actually message the people, understand? And be like, hey, I'm inspired with your work. Can I just get a coffee with you? Hey, I'm inspired with your work, understand? Can you please tell me with this sort of an article that you wrote, understand? Just elaborate on it, understand? So those kind of things, guys, whereby you actually engage with people, understand? I know some of the people will just blue tick you. It's okay. You're gonna message him next week or her next week, understand? Or whatsoever time that you think that, you know what, this person, I want this person to actually get my attention, understand? So it's very, very important, right? So networking, right? It's either you're doing it virtually or you're doing it in person. Okay, so guys, the last thing that I can say is that when you have built this network, understand, you are able now to attract resources. Understand? You are able now to attract resources. Understand? You cannot attract resources without the network unless you have a rich, I don't know, uncle or whatsoever. But Tina, we're not rich. We didn't grow up rich. Understand? We are building ourselves in real time. So if you're a person just like me, building myself without any connection, without any fund, without any nothing, understand? This is very important, that you have to network with people. You have to talk with people. You have to message people. You have to DM people, understand? Right? Ask them questions, right? Ask them to actually meet them, understand? Right? Abayim Bozo Boutique, it's okay. It's up to them, understand? It's okay. But then move on, understand? Rejection, no, it's a sign that you're doing a good thing. It's a sign that you have to try harder, understand? So you do that network, and then you will build your resources over time. And with this, guys, understand, it's what I call the capital basket. Right? This is what I call the capital basket. Understand? Right? So it's very important, guys. If you want to build yourself, consider this. I myself, I am doing this. I am practicing this each and every single day. Sorry. I'm practicing this each and every single day. Understand? I'm trying to meet new people in my life that will help me to get where I need to be. Understand? I need to do that. I need to network so that I can attract resources so that they can help me build what I want to build. Understand? Right? Either people who are intellectual, people who will be able to be like, hey man, you know what? I see what you're doing, and it's very good for the community. It's very good for the nation, and I want to actually invest in your business. Understand? So you don't know what you will get. Understand? So it's very important for you to actually follow these steps. And then this one is a very critical one. Okay? So guys, thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for listening up until here. I'm telling you, if you've listened up until here, man, as in, I give you my blessings, man. Take it. Okay? You're gonna be successful. All right, guys. Until next time, I'll see you. Take care.